Let's go on the phone lines and speak to the convener of the Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining, Dr. Kenneth Ashigbey, for more. Doc, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for your time. What should you make of the latest statement by the presidency in the fight against illegal mining?
Well, thank you very much. Before I comment on the slaughter about illegal mining, I think it's worthy also to commend the president for one of the promises he made about the revocation of the e-levy. This is a promise he made to the EMI and the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications. And he was able to execute that within 82 days, and that's really commendable. But now on the vexed issue of galamsey, we need to recognize the fact that there's been some positive steps that have been taken. The current minister, has done some good things. There are some things that he's put in place. But it was very worrying to hear His Excellency, the President, who one of the promises he made was that if the MPP did not revoke the LI 2462, once he comes into power, he was going to revoke it. For us to hear him say yesterday that it's an amendment that is going to be done, and the amendment that they have in Parliament, the cosmetic amendment that they have in Parliament, that does not deal with the challenges that we're dealing with, was definitely a dagger at the heart of the fight against galamsey. All the positive things that they started, that definitely was a no-no. And again, some of the things that beyond the item 19 on the 120-day pact that the president had, he also needs to be mindful of the pact that he signed with Ghanaians through the Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey, with Utah, who are now also members of the coalition. The resolve to fight this particular fight was very clear in terms of what the pact said and some of the utterances that His Excellency himself had done. How is it that this act that we've had his Minister for Information tell us about the fact that when Parliament resumes, they are going to repeal the act? But he would come and tell us, the president himself will come and tell us there's an amendment that will be done. That definitely for me was a dagger that down my heart yesterday when I heard him, and that was disappointing. There are also a few other challenges that needs to be dealt with. The NDC, when they were in opposition, joined all of us in asking for a state of emergency in some parts. So if the president says that 7 out of the forest reserves that have been taken over by armed bandits have been recovered, then there are 2 that are left. Why is it that a state of emergency will not be declared in those particular places? Why is it that we will not declare a state of emergency that would enable us, that the arrests that have been made, we are able to quickly prosecute these people and take a lead from what the UK did and be able to sentence people like the UK did in 24 hours? Why wouldn't we do that? Why is it that the Minister for Interior, who we have commended with the work that has been done in reshuffling police commanders, in the same breath he would also be breaking the law and deciding that when criminals, foreign criminals, are involved in galamsey and sinning against the Minerals and Mining Act, instead of throwing Act 995 against them, he is going to be deporting them? How does that happen? How does that happen that His Excellency the President, who we have petitioned about a politically exposed person, the NDC MP for our win, who have been accused by his traditional authority of being involved in galamsey, an accusation that he has said is not true, but is rather the chief's? Why would His Excellency not use the same one that he threw at the National Service people, where he called openly for an investigation of that case? Why would His Excellency not do that? Why His Excellency not deal with the NDC constituency chairperson for Axim, who has been accused by one of Agamus Resources, one of the large-scale mining companies, of being involved in galamsey? Why would he not deal with that? Why would the president not deal with the NDC constituency chairperson for Dunkwao, who had the audacity to question lawful military people who have been sent on an operation? That why has he not been informed, and they come confronting the military people? So the president needs to go. In July last year, he himself gave us his word that he would deal with the kingpins. And most of the kingpins are politically connected people. So these politically connected people I have mentioned, one of whom we have a petition with him, why is he not dealing with that? Why is he also not dealing with Professor Frimpong Boateng's the list of people that Professor Frepo Boateng also has.
Vayo, Mr. Ashigbey, briefly, so Parliament is on recess now. They would reconvene sometime in some few weeks to come. What would you expect Parliament to be seen doing in terms of this fight?
Well, the first thing is that ChannelOne viewers, everybody watching ChannelOne, I know some of you would have gone to change.org and have signed the petition. We all need to intensify it. We're almost close to 8,000 petitioners. We need to petition. So when Parliament comes back immediately, Parliament should, instead of that amendment, completely throw out that instrument, because even the MPP that were accused of failing to fight the galamsey, they had a revocation instrument. So that revocation instrument should be laid. And then let me also add that yesterday we were at the Minerals Commission and we saw the great work that the Minerals Commission has done with the UMAT professors. They have set up a tracking scheme that will be able to track all excavators. Our call is on the minister and then on the president is that we need to scale that operation up immediately. We need to get cross-department collaboration between the DVLA and the Minerals Commission, collaboration with customs, collaboration with the security people, so that we'll be able to track, geofence all these excavators and make sure that we deal with these weapons of mass destruction that we currently have that is wreaking havoc to our country.
Grateful for all your time. Dr. Kenneth Ashigbey is the convener of the Media Coalition Against